Hello friends, just a quick one today to talk about the future of vehicle taxing in our country. Now every year in the UK the government earns £35 billion from vehicle taxes. That's £7 billion from Vehicle Excise Duty, or road tax as you may know it better. £28 billion is from fuel tax. Obviously there's now this huge push towards EVs in this country with lots of people charging them up from home, and the government are now potentially facing a £35 billion black hole that needs to be filled. Now, a couple of months ago, a UK Transport Committee of MPs actually put forward a proposal to use a GPS system that charges people per mile for their road tax. Similar systems are in place in other parts of the world, albeit normally for haulage rather than for private cars. Suggestions are that the amount you pay could be dynamic, so there could be different rates in different zones at different times of day. As you can imagine, an inner city rush hour is going to cost you a hell of a lot more per mile to drive than a Sunday afternoon pootling around on a country lane somewhere. They're also suggesting that the amount you pay will vary depending on the type and size of vehicle you're driving, and this will all be controlled with telematic technology. I'd imagine all new cars will have to have that technology built in at some stage, but I assume for the time being it will be some kind of USB device or something that you have to retrofit, maybe even tracking device on your phone. I suppose this will help people that have multiple cars and have their sort of day-to-day car and maybe have a Sunday car, and if you don't have to pay full tax on it for a year, I'm sure that's going to benefit you if you're just paying per mile. And heavy road users already pay a cartload of tax when you look at what they're paying on a gallon of petrol or diesel and how much of that they're getting through. But obviously a big part of the reason people are moving to electric vehicles is to save money, and this is definitely going to take the shine off that for some people. Those that can home charge, I'm sure it's still going to be beneficial to do that, to have an EV and home charge. But if you're paying per mile and also paying for fast chargers, whew. By the way, everything I've seen suggests that this is not just going to be on electric vehicles, it's going to be across the board. So imagine you're still driving a petrol or diesel car and this comes in and you're paying all the fuel tax that you currently pay plus this on top of it. That's going to be painful, deeply, deeply painful. The government think this will help them achieve their target of 50% of urban journeys being undertaken on foot or bicycle by 2030. I think if that's a realistic aim, the charges they need to put on people are going to be so ridiculous that it basically just stops people having any interest in owning a car. By the way, that £35 billion that the government takes from motorists every year is 4% of the overall tax grab from the country. 4%. This is obviously going to be a controversial topic, so we'll see how this develops in time. I have touched on this before in a couple of news videos, but just thought I'd look into it a bit more and do a dedicated video on it. There's not a ton of detail. We don't know when this is likely to come in, if this is going to come in. It's only a recommendation so far, so the government may come up with another solution, but it does seem to be one that would tick a lot of boxes for them, and it's probably quite easy for them to roll out in the grand scheme of things. Remember to keep watching those news videos on a Sunday morning, because anything like this is always going to feature in those news videos. And keep watching the channel, give it a like, please subscribe, and I'll keep you updated with things like this as they come up. See you soon.